They blew up.
Oh,
They got, but the thing about that is they put them in burn pits, which now the soldiers were inhaling the whole time they were deployed, and now they have to go back to the VA because they have lung problems.
and the one thing I'll say though about all of this crap, because we're sitting here and we're talking about the weirdness, corporations, government, politics, all this stuff. I think the only thing that causes this all not to implode are the men in service.
Yeah, for sure.
Because as much as the corporate interests are profiting and whatever, you still have men 18 to late 20s that are American, born and bred, raised the way we're raised. It's not like they're the evil empire raping and pillaging. They're coming in, they're doing their job. You have bad apples in everything.
Yeah.
But I think for the most part, it's just guys doing a job.
Yep.
And they don't want to fuck up these countries.
It is. It's
and
not,
they don't want to fuck up the fellow man.
Yep.
They're just doing their job.
And I'll reiterate that too. It's not that we're bad. The agenda was bad, and that we have to support and work for, because after you sign that paper and you swear the oath, the government owns you just like it would own this bottle.
Well, you
of
go to
water.
jail if you don't follow.
Yeah,
an order.
you go to Leavenworth. You have UCMJ, which is a completely different military justice system, Uniform Code of Military Justice. You lose your rank, you lose your titles, you lose your money, everything. If you don't toe the line, they say. But it wasn't bad people. It was a horrible agenda.
The system was fucked up.
Yeah, that we had to carry out on behalf of a fucked up system. So yeah, I mean it's.
I mean,
crazy.
Saddam Hussein was not a good guy.
No,
but we didn't have the right solution.
Yeah, and the Ba'ath Party still had structure no matter what. You know what I mean? Like it still kept structure to that country. Once that we fucked that all up, it's still fucked up. You know
how do you combat cultures?
You don't. We shouldn't even put our nose.
But how do we combat a culture that's been around thousands of years versus a country that's been around hundreds of years?
You know why? We should just stay home. There's so much here to do. It's so much. Now those same soldiers are homeless and addicted to drugs and addicted to have PTSD, can't get the help they need.